Have you ever considered the unseen battle raging around us every day? This is not a battle of flesh and blood, but a spiritual warfare. A perpetual conflict between good and evil, light and darkness, happening in the spiritual realm. It's a battle that often goes unnoticed but has profound effects on our daily lives. The enemy, Satan, constantly prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. He uses deception, lies, and temptations to lure us into his traps. However, as believers, we are not defenseless. In fact, we've been given a powerful weapon, a divine authority over Satan and his forces. This authority isn't ours by merit, it's a gift bestowed upon us because of Christ's victory on the cross. Through his sacrifice, he disarmed the powers and authorities, triumphing over them, and in doing so, he has given us the ability to overcome. But don't just take my word for it, listen to these testimonies of believers who have exercised their authority. These are the stories of ordinary people like you and me who have stood firm in the face of spiritual warfare. First, let's talk about Sarah. She was trapped in a cycle of addiction, feeling powerless against the chains that bound her. But once she recognized her authority in Christ, she was able to break free from those chains. Now she lives a life of freedom, no longer a slave to her past temptations. Next, we have John, a man who faced an intense trial when he lost his job unexpectedly. Instead of succumbing to despair, he stood firm, knowing that his authority as a believer was not defined by his circumstances. His faith didn't waver, and he found a better job, one that he never could have imagined. And then there's Mary, a young woman who found herself in a toxic relationship. She felt trapped and scared, but she remembered her authority as a believer. She prayed for strength and courage, and she found the power to leave that relationship and create a healthier life for herself. These are just a few examples of everyday believers who have exercised their authority over Satan. Each faced their own battles, but they all found victory through Christ's authority. They overcame temptations, broke free from spiritual bondage, and stood firm in faith during their trials. These testimonies are not just stories, they are evidence of the believer's authority. You too have this authority. It's not a question of if, but when you will need to use it. Embrace this truth, for it is in this knowledge that our strength lies. Let's not forget, we are never alone in our battles. The same power that conquered the grave, that triumphed over darkness, lives within us. It is through the power of Christ that we overcome. So let's exercise this authority with boldness and conviction. Step into your authority, stand firm, overcome. Victory is already yours in Christ.